Your math is not mathing at all, Rallo. I don't know where the hell you got that math from, dude. Like, what?
Game number 8 is here, and there is a lot that we have brewing now here inside the storm and on the battle bus, of course, given that the gap has officially closed. And you saw in the interview just moments ago, Queasy mentioning that, hey, if there's enough space between me and third, we're going to do everything it takes to secure number 1.
And that might be one of the worst things ever if you're Peterbot and Pollo. You almost have to try and block it out, but how much can you really ignore when you see the gap chopped so viciously after a singular
Oh, here we go. OC's been holding up really well in this spawn fight. They've actually won it way more.
Note that Vivid had touched on teams that were contesting each other. They might have gotten.
They're unfortunately doing much worse after they win it.
Damage. I think Acorn and Cold specifically, they were so directly in control of Brutal Beachhead, Alex and Sato. They tried their best, but
still not even close, LJ.
This is not going to work out. We've got to completely revamp our strategy for day 2, and now it's up to Acorn and Cole to figure out a new game plan on the fly.
Talking about that, even Huddy and Kovacs now have seemingly demanded their respect from Skrull and Sky, who have given up the Rebels. Roost already moving out. Likely that they had a bad drop here, and these small micro changes.
Ooh, interesting. We'll see how this plays out. See how this plays out.
So what we're looking at, 7th place now, doesn't have as many teams there. We already know
Venoland on the hill still.
A little bit of a different situation unfolding at their drop.
They really got to start doing something big here. Clicks and Venom to keep the hope alive. We're going to do something good.
Have to make adjustments.
But Venom moving in quickly towards that launch pad. It's evident with the forecast tower in sight. There's going to be a brawl.
Trashy goes down to Yabko. We're fighting the raft. Peterbot and Pollo might be able to take advantage of that. And what in the shield bubbles? What am I watching?
Look at this.
What the?
Definitely getting active.
Oh, Tower look like they're going to win it again.
Continuing to perform very well on the drop.
Yeah, Alex and Worthy are definitely outspawn fighting right now.
Things up, possibly leave the reels faster. They'll be better off.
Bro, where all the bubbles come from? Did Malibu do like a duplication glitch? What the fuck is this? Like 12 bubbles. There's another one. What in the... What is happening?
Adjustment out of Cooper and Kanata, though they recognize, hey, we had issues.
I guess they have a lot of big ammo boxes, yeah.
Trying third-party teams that won't be expecting it. Alex and Worthy, they're still trying to chase down.
Wow, take him down again for a mustache and Malabuka. Oh no, the Dig Boy's rolling up though. Kanata and Cooper now in 12th chat. Kanata and Cooper becoming very relevant here in the tourney. What? Where's Worthy? Did Worthy go down? Oh, no, Worthy. Wait, why is Worthy so split? Worthy's far north. Worthy's leaving him. Worthy's abandoned him. Left him for dead. Yo, good luck, homie. Win your twos. You got this.
And that's going to be the end.
I know, he's like no HP. It's just mad funny to watch.
And you can see Alex's only concern there was let me buy time for my teammates.
Definitely the right call. Just kind of funny to watch you just sacrifice your teammate.
Looking to secure as much loot as possible and then rotate out. Meanwhile, seems like EU's Chap and Teeny here are going against NA Pars.
Acorn Cold go down. No. Yeah.
So far, so good.
We're not see. Yeah. Damn. Apparently Cold is human, man.
But Teeny and Chap likely feeling like it's a little dangerous to step in now. They're going to take what they can and move on out, it seems.
Nice loadout for Chap.
Teeny, possibly.
If you guys haven't heard, chat, Cold is unfortunately quite ill today. Is why we're focusing so much on Cold and Acorn. Looks like it's affecting them based on this start.
Try and apply some pressure to any teams that might be looking for some easy fishing strats over by the dock next to the ship at station.
Man, we are fully fighting at the raft. Jeez.
At the raft. They're going to manage to find threats in the process. And this triple contest situation.
Oh, Anderlecht have pushed in.
Used to heat up, but this is a very different Brutal Beachhead vision.
Nice spread stuff.
Used to seeing.
Yeah, we got Cow Gamer, Haman here now. Up against Andilex and Sato. Nicely done for Haman. Finding Sato with a big elimination here. Now Cow Gamer has to win his ones. Going toe-to-toe for the shot.
This team's doing a lot better since they left Grand Glacier, it seems.
Causing the backup and beautifully done as Haman.
Triple comp Brutal. Brutal will... Cal and Haman are landing like outside Brutal. And it looks like they're rotating in and third partying. Oh, this is a big fight. Booga V, Flixie Vico.
they're not the only ones. Countering some slight adjustments to the loop path and rotation strategies early on. Vico, Flixie next to Bugha and a V, but at the same time, some damage was clearly applied. Whether that came from Bugha and a V, didn't necessarily get the chance to see, but Vico and Flixie are now inside of the cemetery, and there's a very high likelihood.
So far, the ads haven't been super, like, annoying for the broadcast. But watching the Fortnite broadcast have no ads for 6 years, I would have thought their first broadcast with ads, I would have been, like, a little bit more irritated by it. But, like, obviously they have to do it. It is what it is. But they've done a really good job of just not making it really in your face.
Some of the duos caught out. Old Trisk, you know,
it's not like detracting from the broadcast at all.
And a team sitting in the attic. What can you do?
Oh, Huddy Kovacs look much better this game. This is way better. This is way better.
Like a lot of these players,
I guess Sky and Scroll did have to swerve, so they get all the loot of Rebels.
You don't want to cut any corners. You've got to make sure that you are checking every angle, proceeding with caution every step of the way. Otherwise, you might just find yourself off guard. Braids completely
nice shot.
exposed. Huddy had the overhead view, but didn't manage to
Take the team on Posse.
Still like this angle here. Plenty of gas in the tank here for Huddy. As he slides out, Visual and Braids put up a great fight so far. Huddy opening the distance here, still keeping tabs on the opponent, making sure the teammate doesn't find too much of an angle on him.
Oh, Whale and Muzz got the Surge Hill.
Muzz and Epic Whale just listening.
Oh, Peter Pollo get the forecast tower.
Peterbot and Pollo making up for match number 7 here in match 8. Trying to farm and fish for tags, right? This is their biggest problem in match number 7. Now that they're
what's happened to Veno? Oh, trying to fight Demo. Man, the OC boys are honestly holding their own quite well against Clix and Veno. So far in the fights they've tried to take, the OC guys have held up really well. Oh, Demo gets beamed by someone else though, the third party.
There's going to be a lot of foot traffic coming through this area based off the forecast tower spawn, but with Peterbot and Pollo seemingly in full control of that, Clix, Veno, they're now going to have to choose.
Oh, is that actually the answer, Nextra? Thank you for sharing.
Establish some surge tag damage, and again, with Storm closing in on their backs, they could take their time. They could still potentially loop back around, hit the vending machine that they're familiar with, if that's still standing.
Vino looking to see if he can find any tags anywhere. Meanwhile,
I'm not sure, Chuck. There is a lot of pros using Sovereign. I mean, the pros will take a Gatekeeper over a Sovereign if they can find it, but seems like they don't mind the Sovereign depending on the rarity.
What is it about their drop spot?
He said on Rezo on stream? Oh, that's good to know. I always assumed there was something because he doesn't really like deliberate blink as well, so you can't always tell there was something going on with his eyes. That makes sense.
Teams in the race here for the first place. They still have to keep it up. They've still been contested, although the team that's there has given them a little bit of room to work with. Meanwhile, a team that has a lot less room, swayy.
What do you say? Apparently, Huddy tilts his head because he had a condition with his eyes. So obviously, his eyes must not be looking dead straight, so it helps him center his vision. Makes sense.
It's Crisp on the other side of this box, but Clix, Veno, definitely looking a lot more healthy.
Ooh, there we go.
Sure,
damn, we're just farming Cheaps and Crisp, huh?
That's another elimination. 12 points already. Keep in mind, that point multiplier doesn't just come into effect for the placements, but eliminations also being worth 6 apiece. It's a great way to climb.
One eye goes up, one eye goes down. Yeah, his eyes don't see straight out of his pupil, it sounds.
They least expected from 2 separate sides. Aspect, Kazi, Demo resigns. This could go from bad to worse in a moment.
Yeah, Clix already hears the shots coming out here, so they're not.
Oh, we find another OCE team.
Does have a couple
this is not Resigns.
Here, so being able to get their HP up is not going to be too much of a problem. Meanwhile, Vino looking to alpha up some positioning over Kazi and Aspect here. Trying to see what this team wants to do.
We got a good loadout. We got really good loadout right now.
For too much longer. It's a lot of risk involved here. He does have a couple of med kits.
Oh, this fight's actually going to happen. Oh, this fight is like actually happening, huh?
We're going to do it box to box, mano a mano. And there's the loot that he was trying to secure. Now he has got max mats. And there isn't much more for him to worry about here. However, if they stick
Oh,
around
Hari
too
and Gear
much
ass
longer,
Ono.
I mean, only trouble is waiting for them.
At the same time, they've got to be really careful on how they choose to disembark and rotate out of here, because with so many eyes on, there is a high likelihood they could get tagged up in the process. And it's very nice that Venom was able to secure those max mats, because Clicks having to build the entire way as they maneuver out of that location next to Sandy Steps.
Take a look at the highlight here from Chap and Teeny.
Chap and Teeny getting a bit more active today.
Very consistent and for good reason. They take down FKS in a
There's a lot of teams here around Railway. Nico Flixie's still up though.
Still standing actually as we jump in live here, even after the save, but unfortunate now.
Oh, that's an awkward revive.
Fully finished. Trap goes down. The save's gonna come in. More shots from the distance here. It's Biko and Flixie hearing what's happening. Bobby and Larpex inside the base nearby as well.
Hey, well, subs, guys. Thank you, 38 Sombra. 31 bash. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the subs.
So it's a melting pot of regions and competition coming together now.
It's just the way that we're seeing all of these teams essentially conglomerate on top of each other.
3 Fizz is insane, yeah. There's a lot of Fizzberry jars going around at the moment.
The adjustments that everyone is trying to adapt to last second here.
Oh, here we go. Peter and Poyo having a better game. Triple gun loadout for Poyo is very interesting, and not a Monarch pistol either. Yeah, they plan on fighting here. This loadout tells me they want to fight. He's got the pistol, so he's better at box fighting.
Swizzy, they clearly want the fight, but way off in the distance. Teams a little bit closer to that edge of zone.
Getting third-partied.
More pressure still onto Peterbot and Poyo. They are not getting the same clean rotations that they had all day yesterday.
Now,
yeah, this is looking a lot worse.
This is a team that has landed on each other, right? Coming into the season. So Peterbot and Poyo now forcing to back out because tags are coming in from the distance is definitely not ideal by any means.
Yeah, this is bad.
However,
definitely still doable. They can bring something out of this game, but something's off today.
Right? They were so far below the surge. This lobby's starting to cut down pretty quick. So we are just going to have to see what happens when the zone closes here.
Problem though, Peterbot, he's the only one with the med kit. Poyo, he's got to hope.
What's up, G-Money? Yeah, only one med kit. They're gonna have to trade reses. Yeah, they're gonna have to trade reses.
That moment doesn't seem like it's going to come. A lone couple of bananas, and Peterbot knows he's just gonna have to let his duo fall. He'll make the play for the revive after he expends this
is not a good spot to be in.
They still got so much ground to cover.
Oh, we getting keyed?
Choosing to close in.
No, Sky and Skorcch saw it in the feed. They saw Poyo goes down in the feed, and they know. They know it's down in the feed. They know it's Poyo. Oh, hell no. Trading reses works. Not if there's no anonymous mode, though. The no anonymous mode has fully cooked them here.
They will have to literally break him out and then
he needs a scan. He's not going to get the scan again. He's not going to get the scan again. Oh, this is big. He's not going to get the scan again before it breaks. He's going to have to just fight. Oh, doesn't have the zero ping. If he 1v2s this, he's him. Oh, come on. How are we letting him get out of that? No way we didn't put down a cone. Come on. This is the fundamentals. Reese Hub would be pissed. We can't be fighting on a flat there.
Continuing to split them apart. He will not let them challenge him 1 versus 1. Anything else is not going to go their way, but Peterbot, he's still
Peterbot's used to this. He's used to the dashes.
He knows exactly how he needs to move.
The problem is he has no siphon. He doesn't have siphon coin. He's going to go down here.
We got to re-aggress. Peterbot from below. He's on his last little ticks of
bandages! Bandages! There's no way there's bandages! Oh boy! 2 stinkers back-to-back from Peter Poyo. Oh hell no. Well then, this is going to be very interesting. Gods can bleed. They are human. Oh boy. Queasy and Thomas are absolutely loving seeing that.
Critical moment that just unfolded in match number 8.
But again, we heard it even in that last interview. That
very exciting day too.
And Thomas HD, they choose to still play the game as if nothing's gone wrong. There's been no spoiler in effect for the first place team because they know their best performance is going to come from 0 distractions.
It's crazy to think that if the OCE team didn't rotate in at that time, he would have gotten the bandage off and we would have still seen.
Oh, 1v2 with the bandages. I don't know about that. Peter's crazy, but
the reality is now top 5 is going to shake up.
Then at this point, Peterbot and
Holy
they might just
Great Wall of China, Queasy.
themselves, because that's 2 for 2.
That's
on the
a base.
start of today. That is just not gone anywhere near the direction that they would have hoped here in day 2. But on a separate note, Thomas HD, Queasy.
So first, it's just like a more spread out base so they can rotate between 2 spots and get shots without getting hit. But to be able to base up here, this is a decent surge spot, but this is just relying on Thomas HD Monarch aim right now. Almost no other team can use this strategy. This is purely a Thomas strat. You have to hit insane shots to be able to base up here. They have the launch pad control, which is great, but to get enough surge to stay on the launch pad there is really crazy.
Down low, still sitting pretty in 3rd place right now, based up under the Rift Island. Not an ideal situation to be in here, given that teams won't rotate because they see the island, let alone
Clicks up, yeah, Clicks and Venom are up right now.
Angle for Chicho and Trulex, very unlikely, but they have a duo in sight. It'll be important for them to find a couple tags here. 340 above.
To anything great out on the right is dead.
For the time being, however, that's the
We didn't get to see what happened to Dukes and Sphinx though.
Another little bit of a shock, though, as far as our top 5 is concerned. Sphinx and Dukes have also been eliminated.
Yeah, they get to talk to their coaches after game 3.
After their
before game 4.
They were sitting inside of top 10, 9th, I believe.
That's when they have the break and they get access to their phones again. So they can talk to anyone. They don't have to talk to their coach, but most of them will talk to their coach, obviously.
Again, ample opportunity for some of these other teams to try and leapfrog their way up and over.
Come on, Vico. Come on, Vico.
Top threshold of the leaderboard, but Vico, Flixie, first off.
Oh, 8th and 9th down as well. This is huge for Viv and Booga.
Where they're based. And again, Vico and Flixie, they had some success whenever they were able to find those forecast towers
Nice shot.
in yesterday's matches, but it's not going to be as easy this time around, and Bryson Bolts are a big part of the reason why.
Bryson Bolts.
Does their coach get a stream of just their team? Well, they can jump into replay mode. Razaru and all the coaches would be in replay mode, just following around their team, seeing what they're doing wrong and right.
Most of the immediate competition sitting on ice for a second. Another unfortunate run for Cold and Acorn here, and they're a day 2 type of team, so really
almost 400 above for Clicks and Veno. Huge. Oh, they're getting keyed though. They're getting keyed by Resigns and Damo. They might get the last laugh. Those C boys need surge. That's 1. That's 2.
And they just shut down
4 elims.
Really,
but we saw this last game. We saw them in a decent position mid-game after getting kills, and then something fell apart towards the end game. So we'll see. But they're in a really good spot. They are very stacked right now. And they're on dead side with a really good southeast rotate.
More traction surrounding the baseline of it. Teams that are potentially hoping to try and utilize some of the mobility aspects surrounding it, such as the rifts, and in fact, Chicho, Trulex, they're on the go. But remember, Queasy, Thomas HD, they were sitting on a peak near Mount Olympus. There's a very high likelihood that they're going to be looking to take some shots at some of these teams rolling in from the
This is a weird zone. We might have a Mount Olympus zone.
One of those teams as well. They have a lot of high ground. Back on over to Bolts and Bryce though. Finding Agers out here on the rotate there. Very, very important tags, given that they are just 40 above the damage threshold. So just a couple moments before that starts to.
Ooh, 40 above.
Big moves coming in though. Once the zone closed, the damage will start.
No, 200k each if they win.
Very, very quickly. The later the game goes,
ooh, 2 below.
Storm damage it will do per tick of you sitting inside of it. Bolts and Bryce cannot afford to mess around here. They will luckily pull zone to their side. However, they are under the focus of the rest.
This team
of the
started today in top 10. This is rough.
And not only that, but they're also getting.
Yeah, the surge thresholds right now are ridiculous.
They need to connect at least one more shot, but they're losing the time to do so because they're having to heal instead. Valuable seconds. They could maybe catch some of these other teams that are also late on the rotate, but instead,
yeah, they're currently in 6th, yeah.
All of their shields.
That was right. They got a 1 elim 8th, I think, last game. So yeah, they actually had a good game 7. Doesn't look like they're gonna be holding it. This is like their drop spot too, basically. This is right near their drop, so. Come on, 1 shot, nice Bolts. Nice.
Gonna give them a little moment of relief.
3 above.
And that's exactly what has
Come on.
to be done here. So
if we can survive this, we're good. We have enough meds to get back to full health, full shield here almost.
That means someone else on the lobby right now.
Yeah, the players in game will see you get hit by the purple lightning.
Someone is definitely below. So these trades are happening in real time right now. Looking at the map, teams are starting to rotate.
Flixie and Vico are in a decent spot.
Below them.
Nice.
If Bolts and Bryce can solidify their foundation, they have one of the stronger positions to actually close this game out now.
Almost makes me believe that they could have potentially gotten their hands onto that forecast tower.
Setty might be having a comeback game, and oh, Queasy. This could be our first place team at the end of this game. We could have a new team on top. Queasy Thomas, bro. Queasy's eye gelling is so good. I was saying it yesterday, man. His positioning has just been impeccable this tournament. Thomas HD just being an absolute surge machine gives him the ability to be able to position in these spots, but it's still just super impressive.
He's got a lot of distance to work with, that natural elevation as well. Not looking to overcommit, given that the zone's going to pull here.
Zone pulls far south as well. Does Queasy have forecast? I said this yesterday, and you guys said no. Like, he plays like he has forecast. How does he always know?
Vico and Flixie with an excellent early rotate right now, taking advantage of everyone.
Queasy just did a full dead side, south side rotate, where if zone went north, he would have completely screwed them. Before zone pulled, then he doesn't have forecast. I want to say, like, if there was a bunch of people with, like let's say Peterbot, if he saw the scan medallion, so one advantage you have of Peterbot getting forecast is he has a giant beacon that scans where he is. So if you see the person with the scan beacon all of a sudden make a weird rotate to a dead side of zone, you know most likely that's where zone's going to go. But he didn't even have that this game.
But they still got to make this rotate happen.
Yeah, if a dead side north zone would have been fine. Are you sure? Dude, rotating from where they just went to south through this whole field north would have been a nightmare. He might have had like an east or west side rotate planned.
With the refresh, which is so unfortunate, but they've managed to really earn their way through this endgame now.
Zone predictions are a standard IGL skill. No, they're fucking not. Otherwise, other teams would have done it. Chat, don't take people's like accomplishments away from them. He was the only IGL in this entire lobby who just made that rotate. Clearly not a common skill.
Avoid that at all costs here, going around the sides now.
That's why they were the only team there.
For how long? Top 20 in sight. Meanwhile, on high ground, other teams now
having a rough idea of where zone goes is a pretty standard skill, but being able to hit a pad knowing it's going to pull there, or if it doesn't, having a game plan is not standard skill.
And Cammy and Setty are one of those teams looking to be the day 2 comeback.
But they might not even recognize the fact that Flixie, Vico, they managed to get
Thomas is in first. They've done it. They're on the top. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Setty, Cammy, they are due for
Cammy and Setty, though.
They've got to go massive here.
Cammy Setty, due for a win. Come on.
Overcome a lot of those shortcomings that happened in day 1. Huddy, Kovacs now getting held at the base of this mountain base. The zone
Queasy might be trying to take high late here, though. We'll see. We'll see.
With all these shifts in the elevation.
Oh, Vico and Flixie, though. We got good meds. We just got to pop them. Just need time to get them off. We're getting keyed. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Here comes the heals. They see a player below them, but they can't even afford to stick around. Unfortunately,
oh, this is such a bad zone, man. Yeah, just take it. Just go. Oh, W zipline rotate. Oh my god. Dude, this zone is terrible. Dude, why did all these IGLs not just go to where zone was? It's so basic. This never would have happened.
Trick is not going to work out twice here as Bryce hoping that he can have
Cammy and Setty are in such a good spot, though. These zones being on high ground is so nice.
But again, Cammy, Setty, full control of the high ground.
Veno's in a good spot, too.
They started ramping up. They might actually be close enough to get within striking range. And Thomas HD Queasy.
Oh, they're still okay. We're still okay. No, we're not okay. We're not okay. We're probably making it in zone. Nice shot. No. Thomas got a solo clutch. Top 8, though. He's clutching up so many placements. This game is so dead because of how bad this zone was. Full Mount Olympus zone.
At one of these invitationals at this land here, it just gets so intense now.
6 teams, 9 players.
Let things breathe. Vico's found his footing. Down goes Thomas. Top 5 now.
Vico's clutching up so many points.
A potential win for Cammy and Setty
oh, but he's got 3 good duos to contend with. Huddy only goes down now. Huddy did well. Oh, clicks. Click solo, Vico solo. They might be colliding here. Clicks gets it, top 3. Oh, top 3, baby. Let's go. Cammy Setty, though. We can't have a LAN without at least one Cammy Setty win. Come on. We need a Cammy Setty interview. It's just a standard at this point. So many armored walls. Very good game for Clix and Veno. I wonder if these south zones are just more advantageous for Clix and Veno. We've had like no south zones. Oh, yeah, this is fish in a barrel. We win this.
Cammy and Setty are just chopping away now.
Oh, they have decent meds left, though. At least it looks like it.
Necessary. The Polish Pantheon looking to try and take over here. Pixie, Giannis.
Oh, does Giannis have any builds? Or does he just have to jump off the mountain? Cammy, Setty, Victory Royale, and they are ecstatic. Cannot contain their excitement. Never seen so much emotion. All right, chat. If you guys want to win some V-Bucks,